Hey everyone, it's Dr. Ramani. Welcome back to your one-stop shop on YouTube for everything you've ever wanted to know about narcissism and then some. Today we're going to talk about this sort of forced kindness that people try to push on everyone. I think they're trying to be nice, but it really becomes a really tricky game with narcissists. So let's talk a little bit about forced kindness, and I'm going to call this video actually about informed kindness, because sometimes when you're dealing with a narcissist, you shouldn't be giving the kindness away so easily without also making sure you've got your suit of armor on. So let's talk about this concept, this idea of forced kindness. Honestly, this is just one more way that enablers attempt to get you to enable. So this is what sort of spurred this video on for me. I had recently observed a rather toxic email chain between colleagues and a professional group go down. I was sort of a voyeur on it. I'm always so curious about human nature, and especially toxic human nature, that sometimes I follow the back and forth on various listservs and email chains. I don't participate in this nonsense, but I watch it. Basically, someone on this email chain had said something that was pretty gaslighty, okay, and had minimized the experience of many other people on this rather large group of people who were on this email chain. Many people were angry, which I thought was good because it's never okay to gaslight, but then a few other people came out with, "Can't we just be kind? I know this guy and I know what he wrote and he's actually kind. I'm sure he didn't mean it." Damn, people. In this email, these were psychologists, which goes back to my point where how important A, therapists can be narcissistic, but B, why it's so important that we have therapists that are actually trained in narcissistic abuse. But as a therapist, I am sure Mr. "Can't we be kind?" and Ms. "Can't you just be kind?" would have no problem gaslighting you in therapy because they had no problem gaslighting 50 people on an email chain. I saw in a minute with this interchange, and I recognized that I had to figure something out, okay? I do believe in kindness. I believe in getting kindness out in the world. What I am not down with, and I don't want you to be down with either, is to always find a kind way to call narcissists out on their BS. Part of the reason narcissists and other toxic people say such outlandish stuff is because A, they don't care that they hurt other people, B, they never face consequences, and C, enablers are always walking on eggshells trying to find a nice way to tell them that what they said was not nice. Here you have a person who is already entitled and lacks empathy and is arrogant, and then you're going to tell them in a nice way to stop saying not nice things and cutting them a break because they didn't know. Remember, in this particular case, the people I'm talking about were professionals. We are living in perilous and polarized times. Many people are afraid of saying the wrong thing, and others don't care if they say the wrong thing. And then you have the enabling squadron out there making sure we are nice to toxic people who spout venom because maybe they didn't know and we need to teach them. Personally, I'm tired of being a teacher. Me, you, all of us. I am sick and tired of having to be a teacher to all of these narcissists. While I understand that some people may step in it, make the mistake, say the wrong thing, because they really were clueless, most people who say invalidating things are repeat offenders. So back to my original point. I believe in kindness. It's the lack of it. That's exactly why we are in the messes we are in this world. But I also recognized after doing a deeper dive in that one particular email interchange that now I recognize that I don't know that I'm just a believer in kindness. I think what I'm a believer in is informed kindness. First, I'm going to tell you I never believe in deliberate cruelty, even if I'm facing down a narcissist. disengagement, walking away, brief responses, breathing, not getting in the mud with them. And I got to tell you, I'm owning it. I don't always get this right. Those are better approaches. And even when I have all the goods to slam dunk them, I don't. I disengage and make a mental note in the future to avoid or minimize my interactions with them and make sure I document them if I need them for professional reasons. This childhood playground approach of just be nice, no matter how ghastly a person behaves, is not okay, and in my book qualifies as major enabling. So yeah, I'm a fan of what I call informed kindness. Most people out there want their kumbaya moment and say, see, we were just kind, and we can go back to not having to address any of this ugliness. And then, no surprise, the toxic person does it again. And the kindness cult says, well, let's just be kind again. Maybe this time they'll get it right. Informed kindness is a way of recognizing the importance and power of kindness, but to not give it out in a way that's so enably. It's the let's just be kind no matter what thinking that often means that toxic people's initial toxic behavior never gets real consequences, and so they just keep doing it. Consequences actually can work with narcissistic and toxic people because they care what other people think. And because they are so shame-filled, yeah, they don't like those consequences, but these need to be real consequences, real accountability, especially early on. When we do it that way, you can actually result in change, or they walk away from the group because they're like, oh, these people are on to me. Informed kindness means you pay attention to the person's conduct and track record, and then and only then do you do the kind thing, versus if this is a repeat toxic offender. You would instead disengage, give real consequences if you're empowered to do so, and give the group of people who want to play at this ridiculous blind kindness thing, and then determine how much longer you want to work or be affiliated with them in any deep way. Between you and me, that one group of people on that email chain, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this anymore. We've all seen this happen in families, in workplaces, and we see the toxic person just keep doing it. And sometimes really be skilled enough to play the big foolish, well, golly, I sure didn't mean to hurt anyone. I'm sorry if people were hurt by what I said, which is, of course, more gaslighting. They'll rarely be sorry they said it. They're just sorry people got hurt by it. They may even throw in a slippery apology. I never intended for my words to hurt anyone. I just need to learn to be more aware, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? They probably didn't intend for their words to hurt anyone. They just don't think when they open their mouths. So they just talk without thinking. And how many times do you want to endure that carelessness before you wonder whether or not it was intentional? And does it really matter if a person keeps doing it and never stops? Kindness as a blind quality doesn't work in a world that is increasingly filling up with narcissists and their enablers. A more circumspect approach offered by informed kindness allows you to engage in a kind manner when it is earned and warranted, rather than one-size-fits-all moonbeams and rainbows and unicorns. Too often, many people say, why is the world becoming like this, Dr. Ramani? Why is it I work with so many narcissists? Why are there so many toxic bosses? Why are people behaving like this in the grocery store and on the highway and everywhere else? It's exactly this. Because you'll see this even on social media and message boards, and I said on an email chain, When somebody actually tries to call a person out for their behavior, they're immediately met with, well, let's try a little bit of kindness. And once again, the toxic person gets away with it. That's why this concept of informed kindness, to really pay attention to the track record here and really wonder if you just want everything to be an eraser to let's pretend nothing bad is happening here, is really the best approach. I think kindness can be informed by circumspection and wisdom. And this isn't summer camp. We're grown-ups and we need to be realistic. Otherwise, the kinds of toxic abuse that seems to be becoming more and more commonplace is going to take such a wholesale effect on all of our health and all of our institutions that I'm not always sure on how we're going to come back from this. So thanks again for tuning in. If you're enjoying, hit that bell for notifications anytime we do put out a new video, and please subscribe to this channel. Thanks. Bye-bye.